Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're returning, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I'm Tiffany Renee, and over here we have us a good old time. That's what I'm all about, keeping things positive and just having a good old time. In my previous videos, if you guys have not went back and watched them, make sure you go back and check out all the good fun we've been having here. But in one of my previous videos, I asked you guys, where should I go for my next trip that I was going out on? Either go to Sturgis, or should I just go hit some other states that I have not even been to yet, like I said, on the two wheels? So the decision has been made, guys, and we're heading to Sturgis. I'm excited. Last year was my very first time going, and I had a grand time, a good old time. So I decided to go back again this year. Being that last year was my first year ever going down to over to Sturgis, it was so many things I didn't get to do, so many rides and everything that I didn't get to do. Before I mention those points, I do want to mention the things that I did to prep my bike before we take this 26-hour, 1,800 miles, one-way trip out to Sturgis. So before you hit the road, guys, if you've been doing some riding, you want to make sure you get your oil change, whether you take it to get it done or do it yourself. I was grateful enough. Hubby went ahead and did it for me. Yes, I can do it myself, but hubby went ahead and took care of it for me. So Meg's had an oil change. I was gonna change my tires out and go ahead and put fresh tires on before I headed out that way. But considering I still have a lot of tread on these tires, I decided I'll just take this trip, and then when I get back, I'll put a fresh set of tires on. And I wanna show you guys the tread on these tires now. And it's what, 14,000 miles on these tires? Let me give you exact mileage. All the miles that I have done on Meg, I have completed those miles on this set of tires. And it's right now 13,600 miles. So I want to show you guys what this tread looks like. And again, I want to let you guys know that I'm running the Michelin Commander 3 Touring tires. And I want you guys to kind of see what they look like. So here's the front tire. As you can see, I still have a lot of tread left. And it just didn't make sense for me to take these off, put fresh tires up here already. Now let's take a look and see what the back looks like, which we know most of the time the back wears out before the front tire. Surprise! Guess what, guys? The back tire still looks good too, so I still have quite a bit of tread up here that I still can wear down on these tires. Yeah, I think I'm joking about these tires. Like, I'm really not joking about them. Like, they have been absolutely great to me. So now that you guys have seen the tires, you've seen that I still have a lot of tread on them. So these same tires will be taking a second trip back out to South Dakota. Guys, I was gonna sit here and try to finish this video out here, but I think I'm gonna take it inside because these gnats are trying to pick me up and fly me away. I don't know why this year they're like terrible. They haven't been this bad like in a while or ever. But I'm gonna go inside and we're gonna finish this video up inside because these gnats trying to take me out. All right, guys, we are back in a much better environment. The gnats try to pick us up, carry us away, and everything else out there. They were annoying. Plus, it was warm outside, so it's much cooler in here and bug-free, how I like it. But as I was stating earlier, we've changed the oil, checked the tires, checked all the bolts, and Meg is ready to go. She's ready to get back on the road and head out towards Sturgis. Now I want to get into those points I stated earlier. Even though last year went great as far as weather and everything else, everything that's out of my control, but the things that I could control. Booking a hotel on the way out there. Now, once you start getting closer to South Dakota, especially when you're going on a milestone year, and so many people going out that way, and so many people are booking rooms, whether they're riding, trailering, like you're gonna experience so many people going out there. So booking a hotel is very important that you book it early. And don't try to just go out on a whim because you're not really sure where you want to stop at if you're the type of person just likes to ride, and they're like, okay, well, I'm getting exhausted. Maybe I should go ahead and bed down here. Or if you're the type of person where like, you know I'm gonna stop in this town here and just get a room when I get there, please book it earlier. My mistake last year, we didn't do that. And we had a hard time finding a room. Like, it got to a point, guys, we were riding for, I don't even remember how many hours we had been riding. If you go back and check my video, I said we had left at like 4 o'clock in the morning from over here in Eastern time. By the time we got out Central time, it was already like 9 o'clock at night and we were still riding. But I did ride like almost 1,300 miles in one day. Not even a whole 24 hours. And we were trying to find a hotel, and every place that we call, first of all, you got to get to a point to find a hotel, because further you get out after you pass Kansas City, depending on which route you take, there isn't a hotel to even call and book one. So once you get to a place closer in Iowa, once we crossed in Iowa and we got over to Council Bluff area, that's where they had a whole lot of hotels, but mostly everything were all booked up. We got lucky to find a hotel, but we had to stop at a rest area. And my mother-in-law, she was at home. She was like, no, you guys need to stop for the night. Because we was like, well, we just got to keep riding. Or we're just going to spend the night at the rest area. Either way, either keep riding or spend the night at the rest area. But she was like, no, you guys got to stop. So she was at home looking, while hubby and I, we were looking, trying to call different hotels to find a room. And we got lucky to find one. One, guys. It was just for us. Thank God. He was looking out for us, as always. But thank God we were able to get that one room. And let me tell you, we paid for it. So that's another thing. You want to try to book early, because you never know how much you're going to have to pay for that room if you find one. You can find all kind of truck stops. There's food, but there's no lodging. So if you're planning to go, please book a room early and already plan to know where you're going to stop at, or you're going to be possibly out of luck. So now I want to mention, if you're the ones that burn 93 in your bike, which we typically, that's what we put in our bikes, 93. Once you get to a certain point out that way, and you're not going to find any 93. The highest that we found out there was 91. So that's what you're going to have to end up putting in your bike, which our bikes did fine and everything. I might have had a sputter or two, but there's nothing, a gas treatment that you can put in your bike to pretty much clean it out, flush it out, and get your lines free of that. But that's pretty much all you're gonna find out that way. Now that we have those main two things talked about, that I felt like were a little hiccups for us taking our trip out that way last year, that we're better prepared and we're ready for it. So as I stated earlier, when I was talking about the weather was great to us, we didn't really have any harsh weather. We will be prepared for that this year, because I'm sure this year, especially the way this summer's been going, y'all, this heat has been out of this world hot. The way that the heat has been going this year, like, we've been having some extreme heat waves. So I'm expecting it to be super hot this time. I'm expecting to get rain. So I'm preparing myself for all of that. I'm making sure that I have some liquid IVs, making sure I am hydrating myself tremendously before I take this trip. I'm making sure that I wear some sleeves so I don't get sunburn and everything like that. So I'm taking into consideration all those things with taking this trip out there, because I'm expected to hit different elements. I know last year when we were leaving out, it was cold that morning and I didn't bring my heated gear. Not a mistake I'm gonna make this year. So I'm gonna make sure I at least have my heated gloves and my jacket at least, because it was cold when we left out. Like I said, guys, when you're out riding, you just never know what to expect out here. So I'm gonna make sure I have my heated gloves and my heated jacket, so I'm not cold coming out, just in case. I will make sure I have some sleeves, because I'm expecting extreme heat and I don't want my arms to burn or anything. I'm making sure that I pack some fruit to eat, because I'm not gonna eat very heavy, because you don't wanna get tired when you're out riding in this heat, and especially when you're taking a lot of miles at one time. So I definitely will be packing these things like watermelon, which is a very water-filled fruit. Watermelon, make sure I get some pickles just for cramping and anything like that. So things that are lightweight, but something that'll keep me nourished while I'm riding. I will be packing that. And of course, water. So we're gonna be prepared. I've had several people that ask me in my comments of my Sturgis videos. If you guys have not seen those videos, make sure you guys go back and check that video out. I had so much fun, which you can tell because I'm heading back again this year for a different experience. So I had people asking me what I do to prepare. Some people have said they're trailering out. And I want you to just to ride whatever ride that you're comfortable with riding. If you trailer out, that's perfectly fine. If you're riding out, be safe, have fun, enjoy your ride, but just make sure you're prepared for the ride. So I made this video to kind of answer any of those questions. For all those that are watching this video, if you've been out that way or if you've taken long trips, drop down in the comments below. Drop some advice down there, whether it might help me out or it might help somebody else that's watching this video. One of the questions I've had people to ask me about comparing Daytona Rally to the Sturgis Rally. Completely different from each other. You go to Daytona most of the time, you go into the same spots, you're hanging out, you're having a good time. Like, it's not a whole lot of riding you can do. But going up to Sturgis, that rally I consider a lot more spaced out. You have events going on in several different places, and like I said, it's a riding rally. Like, you have so many places you can go out to see. To name a few, last year I went over to Custer Park. That was pretty awesome, guys. I went there with the expect hopefully to get to see some buffalo, and we got lucky. We got to see several of them. We did Custer Park. I got to do Needles Highway, Mount Rushmore, Iron Mountain Road. I absolutely love that riding scene there. So if you are a person that loves curvy roads, Iron Mountain Road is definitely one you need to go and ride. And it's different going one way and you turn around and go back the other way. So it's kind of different. But I enjoyed that tremendously. Didn't think I would, because I'm typically not a curvy person. I don't care for curb, but that road I enjoyed. And at one point you're coming out of the tunnel. And I mean, at one point you're going into a tunnel. Depending on which way you come in, you get to see Mount Rushmore pretty much right through that tunnel, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So you have a lot of scenery out there. The scenery out there is just gorgeous. I'm trying to remember everything I did last year, because I did quite a bit last year, and even with me doing as much as I did, I still didn't get to do everything. So that's why I have to go back again, guys. This year on my list of things that I plan to hit, Badlands. I got to experience that. Deadwood, like the old town there, that is like the western town, supposed to be completely resemblance to everything western wise. So I want to experience that. Devil's Tower and Crazy Horse. So those are some of the things that are at the top of my list this year to hit. And let me not steer you wrong and tell you like that is all to do. Even with me naming those things, there is still a lot of other places to go visit and a lot of riding to do. But one thing about it, you got to try to get out early, because there's so many people out and they're wanting to ride. There is different levels of experienced riders. So you want to make sure you get out early before the crowd hit, and just be cautious with riding, like I said, because there is different levels of experience when it comes to riding out there. All right, guys, I hope I answered all questions that were asked, or even if they weren't asked and you were thinking about it, I hope I answered any of those questions. I just want to make this quick video to kind of put this out there for any information could be helpful to you guys. I'm excited to go out there. I can't wait. I've been seeing so many people, you know, getting ready, and they're posting about getting ready to head out to Sturgis. So guys, be safe heading out that way. If you are one of the ones that are thinking about going, I would say go. Experience it for yourself, because there's nothing like it when you're out there yourself, instead of, you know, always, you know, thinking about maybe I should go, maybe. Go at least once for yourself and experience it. You will have a good time. I see so many people head out that way, or so many people go before the actual rally or after, but just to go during the rally is completely different, because the ride, that place is always there no matter what the rally's there or not. So just to go out there to experience the rally is different, and the vibe and everything is different. So I advise you to, at least if you're able to experience it for yourself. And if I didn't answer any questions that you were wondering about, please don't be hesitant about asking me anything. I will do my best to try to get back with you and answer any questions that you have about heading out that way, guys. I hope to see you guys out on the road riding, whether it's on my way there or some other destination. But you guys be safe, hang in there, and I love you guys. Bye.